There is a new number next to Syracuse women's lacrosse's name, and that is number 1. Another national championship is making its way to Central New York. Hobart men's hockey is on top of the D3 hockey world for the first time ever. And the big number to look out for this evening is the number 3. That is how many points Megan Tyrell needs to become the program's all-time leading point scorer, passing Katie Rowan with 396. Jacob, you and I know this pretty clearly. I mean, the number 1 rule to dissect a 2-3 zone is to get this basketball and put it right through the hoop. And that's exactly what Clemson did right from the opening tip. Last month, Joe Girard announced he was leaving Syracuse and hitting the transfer portal. This weekend, the former Orange Guard announced he was staying in the ACC, making his way down to Clemson. Judah can hit the mid-range, he can hit the long threes, and he's also one of the fastest players on the court. It's time for our top performer of the semester, and it belongs to this guy that's been making saves all year.
Sled hockey, a sport that involves a pair of sticks and a whole lot of teamwork. It's much more fun when you play with your dad, and that's the case for Miles Pavana, a left winger on the CNY Flyers sled hockey team from Skinny Atlas.
I mean, I knew I was going to play, but I knew he wanted to play, so I would like to see that he's living out his dream as well.
I was watching playoff hockey very randomly, and he just was glued. He would just stared at it, like one of the big eyes, loved everything about the game of hockey.
Every Sunday from 5 to 6, Miles and his father Jamie, natives of Liverpool, make the 30-minute trip southwest to train at the Skinny Atlas YMCA.
In an effort to strike gold here at the Tupper Lake Civic Center for the Empire State Winter Games in the Adirondacks.
We won 1-0 in the championship game last year. We won the gold, so we're here to defend that title.
Sled hockey is an adaptive sport played by athletes with disabilities. Miles has had one since birth.
Miles was born with what's known as spina bifida. It impacts about 1 in 1,000 children.
It's a birth defect that will keep Miles in a wheelchair for the rest of his life. But if you ask him about it, he would tell you he has made the most of it.
Oh, no. I've taken advantage of every opportunity I have.
But it has led him to do what he loves. Grab some sticks, and most importantly, play some puck.
I mean, I'm living out my childhood dream. I wanted to play hockey since I was a kid, although I am playing a little bit of a different version of it. So, yeah, I think it's really cool.
Does it matter if it's a different version, you think?
Oh, heck no. It's still tough.
Miles has been playing on the ice for 5 years and has been watching the NHL and sled hockey for even longer. When he told his dad, Jamie, that he wanted to start playing, it was something that Jamie could simply not pass up on.
And sharing in the experience is incredible. The conversations you have, especially about something you never even heard of until you find out your child has that diagnosis, the thoughts that go through your head, you just want the best for your children.
Get motivating me to work out and stuff, and because he knows how much I want to be on the Team USA, representing my country, the Paralympics.
The dynamic duo of Jamie and Miles Pavana is one that carries both on and off the ice. But on it, it makes their team even stronger. From Tupper Lake, New York, I'm Trey Redfield, Newhouse Sports Media Center.
If you take a trip down to Hamilton, you may notice Colgate men's basketball's recent success. Back-to-back Patriot League champions and in search of its 3rd straight NCAA tournament bid. Someone who was on both of those teams is Jeff Woodward, who also won 3 straight conference titles at Methacton High School in Audubon, Pennsylvania.
So it's kind of a familiar place for me, and it's kind of the expectation that I hold myself to.
But this summer, the psychology major found success for 5 weeks at Camp Ramapo, a summer camp that serves kids with special needs in Rhinebeck, about 3 hours southeast of Colgate University. Woodward found out about the opportunity through an email sent out by the school. He applied and got the job, one that was 24/7.
You're sleeping in the same bunks as them, you're eating all your meals with them. It really gives you an insight into their everyday lives and how difficult it can be, but how special the kids are.
Woodward did a lot. He spent time hanging out with his new friends, taught them life lessons, and did numerous activities. like feeding chickens. When Gate head coach Matt Lengel found out about Woodward's opportunity, he says he thought it was the perfect fit.
I mean, he's got a big personality, he's got a ton of energy, he brings a positive outlook on life.
Woodward does most of his work right behind me in the paint. The 6'11" center going into his junior year says he hopes to use the skills that he learned from Camp Ramapo and bring them to the hardwood in an effort for the Raiders to three-peat in the Patriot League.
Having that patience when somebody on our team, maybe an underclassman, doesn't know what's going on, not getting frustrated or upset with them, but really taking the time to make sure that they understand this is what we do, this is why we do it, this is how we do it.
Because in life, it's all about how you make your mark before the final buzzer sounds. I'm Trey Redfield, NCC Sports.